I heard this presentation many years ago of, if you want to plan to run a triathlon, what do you think the first step is into learning how to run a triathlon? And a lot of people say it's just go outside and start walking down the street and build up and, trying to figure out how to run and developing your breathing and all that. But really, it backs up. It's not even going outside for a run. And it's not even putting on your running shoes or getting into your running outfit. It backs up all the way to the day before of setting your bedtime an hour earlier so that you can wake up earlier the next day. So step one is actually just going to bed early. And it's like, how does going to bed early help me run a triathlon? Well, it's habit stacking. And if you can habit stack into the direction of your dreams, you will achieve those dreams. And then perfection is your enemy, like I said. Gitmo, good enough to move on. Don't use that as a way to be a slumlord, but use it as a way to not let perfection kill you. Develop an intentional roadmap. And that's what I'm all about, being very hyper intentional about which direction you are heading in your life. And that is my presentation. Thank you so much for letting me share today, Tom. If there are any questions or follow-ups, I'd love to hear them.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, you guys can put them in the chat. But I'd also love for you guys to throw in the chat, what are your big dreams? What are those things that you guys want to do? What makes you get up in the morning? For me, it is flipping the city of Gary, Indiana. It's way bigger than something I know I can do by myself. To me, I can't do this in a 6-month plan. I can't do this in an 11-month time frame. This is a decades over decades thing. But I definitely want to give a big shout out to Eric for putting this on. He also does have some follow-ups. If you guys want to follow up with him, if you guys want to go through the Dream Life University, you guys can do that as well. And he also has a podcast that he put up there. Most people don't have the they don't have the grit to stick into something for 10, 20 years before they can see. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's just who people are. I always say sometimes for some of my companies, if you look at Google, how long did it take Google to make money? The problem is, how many of us really have that fortitude? How many of us can actually really go 20 years and actually stick to? Most of us don't have that type of tenacity to make that happen. And for most people, that's what you need to do. You need to try to get to that whatever that is for you, that first financial freedom point in time of your life as fast as possible. I have seen that if people will take massive action, if they'll be in the room, if they'll get rid of distractions, if they'll say no to anything and everything that keeps them away from their goals and dreams, if they're willing to live below their means. That's one thing I think a lot of real estate investors don't talk enough about. There's a period of time where we have to do this, where we have to shut off all of the subscriptions. And when you see all of this through somebody that's gone through this over the last 5 years and they say, this is how I got there. Guess what, guys? This is how most people that get there. They don't get there by just, making more money. That's rarely ever the way it happens. So definitely want to give you kudos for that. Eric, if you want, yeah, okay. I'm glad that you posted that. So Eric's going to post in the group if you guys are interested in more of his products.